Hello, hello, what's up, everybody? Reed here, hanging out in my hotel room, my glamorous hotel room. Let's see if we can wait for some people to jump in this little chat room real quick while I get this all going. Want to do a little ADCC live reaction. They just announced the brackets for ADCC trials this weekend. So really looking forward to that. Of course, it's going on tomorrow. But if you guys have any questions or anything like that, throw them in the chat, and we'll try to talk about a bunch of stuff here. And let me see if I can. I am going to pull up the brackets right now, just real quick. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Y'all can hear me? All right? It's all good? Just give me a second. Pull everything up. Sounds fine. What's up, Brandon? Thanks for jumping in here, man. Appreciate it. So like I said, I'm here in Burbank, California. Who are your predictions? We're gonna get to that, Susie. We are gonna get to that. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So here I'm in Burbank, California. The ADCC West Coast Trials, man. This will be my fourth trials event. I went to the East Coast and West Coast in 2016, and then of course I went to the East Coast just a few months ago. Now I'm going to be here for the West Coast. Love these events, man. Love the ADCC trials. It's going to be such a crazy event. But let me see if you guys have the link to the brackets. I'm having trouble with my internet in the hotel. Classic. I do have a cool job, Zach. I'm definitely pretty lucky. Get to do a lot of jiu-jitsu all over the world, so it's a lot of fun. All right, but let's jump into these ADCC brackets. If you guys haven't seen the ADCC brackets just yet, go to adcombat.com. I'm having trouble pulling it up and posting it on the chat. But if you haven't seen them, go to adcombat.com, and they're right there on the front page. Now, right off the bat, looking at these, 77 kilos is insane. It looks like 66 has 63 people in it, and 66 is always pretty wild, but 77 has 112 people in it. 77 is absolutely stacked. It's crazy. That's going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be at least 5-6 matches to win for 77. So definitely 77 is the most stacked division of all of them. The female divisions look pretty good too, actually. This is the East Coast didn't have female divisions, so this is the first chance the females have gotten a chance in North America anyway to qualify for ADCC. So it looks like a lot of the females have come out, so that's great. Really competitive divisions there. But let's take a look at 66 real quick. Like I said, if you guys aren't following along here, and definitely ping me some comments, ping me what you guys think, ping me some questions in the comments, and we'll get to them. But let's start with 66. Now, I saw somebody in there mentioning Nikki Ryan, and yes, Nikki Ryan is indeed signed up, and it looks like they gave Nikki Ryan the 1 seed, so he's gonna buy the first round actually. But Nikki is in there, and we could possibly see a Cade Rotolo, one of the Rotolo brothers, versus Nikki Ryan. And now I think that's a great matchup. Two really young, up-and-coming guys. Of course, everybody knows about Nikki Ryan. He's such a killer these days. So to see Nikki out there, we could see him against a Rotolo brother. He's on the same side. Both of the Rotolo brothers are on the same side of the bracket. Also on that side of the bracket is John Calistine. He had a great showing at the East Coast Trials. I believe lost to Salvatore. And but just by points, overtime points, a very close match. So awesome to see John. A lot of these guys who lost in the East Coast or didn't get the invite from the East Coast have come out here to the West Coast and are trying for round 2. Both the Rotolos are here. John Calistine is coming back. Marvin Castell, I saw somebody say earlier. So he's going to be back. Ricky Luley, I believe, was out in the East Coast as well. A lot of those 10th Planet guys did both of the trials. So This is looking like a great bracket, though, man. And another guy who did really, really well, who you guys need to keep an eye on this time around, who did really well in the East Coast trials, is Andrew Tackett. This kid trains at Checkmat in Austin, Texas. Him and his brother, William Tackett, and I think they impressed a lot of people in the East Coast trials. William Tackett versus PJ Barch, which happened at the East Coast trials, was a crazy, crazy match. I believe that's how PJ injured his knee, unfortunately, and one of the reasons why PJ isn't here this weekend. But take a look at those Tackett brothers, man. Those guys are the real deal. They showed up in a big way on the East Coast trials, beat some guys that they weren't supposed to beat. They're young, just like the Rotolos, just like the Nicky Ryans and things like that. There's a lot of guys, a lot of young guys who I think are going to be contending here. On the other side of the bracket, so on that first side of the bracket, like I said, I pointed out guys, Andrew Tackett, the Rotolo brothers, John Calistine, and Nicky Ryan, all on the same side of the bracket. So that's gonna be a wild one. You know, I do think that Nicky's probably still the favorite there, but he's gonna have to get through a Rotolo, and he's gonna have to get through probably John Calistine to make it to the finals. And then on the other side, I missed your name, but I just saw Daniel talking about Keith Krikorian. That's right. So Keith Krikorian is indeed in. It looks like they kind of gave him the 2 seed. So he is on the other side of the bracket. Of course, he had a great run at the East Coast trials, making it all the way to the finals, losing on points to Ethan Krenlinston. Ethan's the man. So no shame there. But Keith looking for round 2. And on his side of the bracket, it's also stacked. This 66 division is pretty wild. And also, this is where it seems like they've loaded 10th Planet on this right side of the bracket of 66. So Keith is going to have to maybe beat, guys like Salvatore Guerriero, I believe is how you say his name. Sorry about that. Ricky Lule and Juni Ocasio and Marvin Castell. So all those guys are on the right side of the bracket. Nicky, John Calistine on the left side of the bracket. But if I had to make a prediction here, I think it's going to be Keith versus Nicky Ryan in the finals. And then I'd have to say I think Nicky's ready for the win. I think Nicky's proven that he's one of the best in that weight division. So I'm gonna go out and pick Nicky Ryan to win it. But he's gonna have a tough road. Like I said, he's gonna have to go through maybe 1 or 2 of the Rotolos. He's gonna have to go through John Calistine, and then he's gonna have to go through whoever's 10th Planet's best, whether that's Marvin Castell, Ricky Lule, J.M. Holland, or Keith Krikorian. I think one of those guys from 10th Planet is going to come out on the other side of the bracket and probably meet Nicky Ryan in the finals. But, man, I have to say, most I'm looking forward to is Nicky Ryan versus a Rotolo, brother. I really, really want to see that. What's up, Insane Wizard? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Glad you're tuning in. Appreciate it, man. All right, let's move on to 77, though, because like I said, 77 has 112 athletes, and these brackets might change a little bit tomorrow, just to let you know, as people miss weight or as people don't show up, so definitely keep an eye out. Things might change just slightly, but these are the brackets as we have them right now. Again, I'm looking at the brackets right now. They're on adcombat.com. If you go to adcombat.com, you can check out the brackets. They just posted them, and I'm doing a live reaction right here. Just taking a look at them for the first time. So if you guys want to follow along, again, go to adcombat.com, and it's on the front page there, the brackets. So definitely check that out and follow along with me. Let me know what you guys think about 66, though. Who do you think is going to win that match? I'm picking that it's going to be Nicky versus 10th Planet's best, either Marvin or Keith, but I'm going to pick Nicky to win that one. I assume a lot of people are going to be picking Nicky, so we'll see. Let me know what you guys think, though. And now let's move on to 77. 77, I'm glad to see Jason Rao back. He had a great showing at the East Coast trials, but lost to the eventual champion in the finals, John Satava from Marcelo Garcia Academy. They had a great match, and Jason was just on fire that day. He submitted, I believe, 4 people and then ran into John Satava, and Satava was able to shut down a lot of Jason Rao's game. But I am super, super high on a guy like Jason Rao. Of course, he's from the Danaher Death Squad. He's from the Renzo Gracie Academy over there. So he's a great heel hooker, great leg locker, and a really, really impressive guy. So it looks like they gave him the 1 seed on his Yeah, I like those Tackett brothers a lot, man. Those guys are cool. But Jason Rao is the 1 seed on the left side of the bracket, and it looks like he's gonna have a tough road to hoe to get to the finals as well. We were just talking about the Tackett brothers, and I think William Tackett is in 77. He's one of the tougher guys, I think, in there as well. He's gonna have to most likely face Jason Rao in the semifinals. So that should be a really tough match, a really great match. But there's a lot of guys in here, guys like Enrique Galarza. Who else is on this left side? Chase Parsons. I know him. I've seen him a couple times. So there's a lot of guys on this left side of the bracket. And then let's take a look at the right side. Oh, of course, you got Richie Martinez. The Luna brothers. I don't believe the Luna brothers are competing. Matthias and Mateus. I'm not sure if they are technically, if they have citizenship here in America. They might have to do the Brazilian trials to qualify because, of course, you have to have a valid U.S. passport or North American passport to compete in these North American trials. And to be honest, I'm not sure if those guys are Brazilian or if they're American technically. I think they're obviously Brazilian. So I think that they'd have to do the Brazilian trials. But on the other side of the bracket, we got Richie Martinez. Super excited to see Richie Martinez. Love watching him. Of course, Gio has had really a lot of big success. He's a 10th Planet. Both these guys are 10th Planet guys. Gio's had a lot of success at ADCC, so cool to see his older brother Richie jumping in there. Looks like they gave him a high seed as well. Alex Magala, man, that guy is legit. If you guys don't know about Alex Magala from 10th Planet. I got to roll with him when I went to 10th Planet just a few days ago, and his jiu-jitsu was just like so unorthodox, so interesting, and he hit me with all these crazy submissions and stuff. So I have a feeling he's going to hit some wild submissions. Thomas Keenan also in there. Alex Magala, is he Russian? I don't know. He's definitely, I don't know. You'd have to ask him, to be honest. He does have a Eastern European feel to him. But I'm not sure exactly where Alex Magala is from. He probably has dual citizenship in the United States and somewhere else. Jason Hayden, the Hayden brothers, looks like Jason Hayden is going to be mixing it up at 77. He had not a great performance at the East Coast Trials. I think he dropped his first match. He was really, really mad about that, and presumably he was hoping to win the whole thing. So to see him drop his first match, I'm sure he was disappointed, but glad to see him coming back into the West Coast Trials and trying again. Also in 77, Enrico Coco. Man, one of my favorite guys to watch. Super exciting. He's a great leg locker as well. He's from Fight Sports Zen Jiu Jitsu down in Miami. He's a Fight Sports black belt. What's up, Aaron? Am I saying something wrong? Trying to go through these comments as I go. Hook me up with a subscription. I can't afford it. I'm broke. Bro, I wish I could hook everybody up with a subscription. I really do. But that stuff's sort of above my pay grade, man. My bad. But maybe next time. We try to put some stuff out for free. So maybe we'll try to catch some stuff, the highlights and whatnot, the next week. But thanks for commenting, guys. I really appreciate it. Are the Meows brothers competing? They are not. They are Brazilian, so they would be competing in the Brazilian trials. But I believe Paulo probably, at least Paulo, I think, will probably get an invite. What time do the trials start streaming tomorrow? Trials, they start 10 a.m. here on the West Coast. So, whatever that is on the East Coast in Central Time. But Pacific Time, 10 a.m. they start. So adjust accordingly. But, and that's just the first bracket. I kind of did a little breakdown of the first bracket for 77. There's a whole nother bracket. John Combs is in that one. Nathan Orchard is in that one. Garrett Lavaggi, who had a really great showing at East Coast Trials, had one of the most exciting matches versus Jay-Z Cavalcante. If you haven't seen that match, definitely go back and check that out. Yeah, they both are 70, both are 66. What's up, Cyborg? Cyborg TV, man. You guys just posted. If you guys haven't seen this vlog that Cyborg TV just posted, they did a vlog out in the Bahamas with Cyborg and some of the other guys and things like that. And they did a King of the Beach where they were all doing jiu-jitsu on the beach. It looked miserable, to be honest. But awesome stuff, Cyborg TV. I just watched y'all's y'all's Bahamas vlog the other day and thought it was awesome. So awesome stuff. Glad to see everybody doing there. And Bahamas looks beautiful. I'm gonna have to get down there pretty soon. Also in that other side of the bracket, you got Dustin Akbari. How can you forget about Dustin Akbari, man? He had at least two insane submissions. If you haven't seen that Persian pry bar, and then if you haven't seen the triangle chokeout that we just posted, that dude has some crazy submissions, and that's what ADCC is good for, right? Is crazy submissions. I don't know if you guys remember Ethan hit that insane Kimura on somebody from a couple years ago at the East Coast trials, and he broke his shoulder, like he's Kimuring him, and then his shoulder just gave and just made this really loud clicking noise, and I gasped. But that's a wild submission. So that's one of my favorite parts about this tournament. One of my favorite parts about this is this crazy submissions, crazy submissions, and Dustin Akbari is good for some crazy submissions for sure. So watch out for him. But if I had to make a prediction, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, man. I was so impressed. Yeah, that Kimura will haunt your dreams. BJJ emotions. Appreciate the love, Aaron Roberts. Appreciate it, man. Cyborg's the man. Cyborg's a good dude for sure, Susie. But if I'm making a prediction for 77, I'm going to go out on a limb. There's a lot of tough guys, including Jason Rao, Enrico Coco, Thomas Keenan, Enrique Galarza. It's a huge bracket. It's crazy, but I really like this William Tackett. I think William Tackett is the guy to watch. Of course, this is a kind of a toss-up. There's so many guys in there that I think can beat each other and can win. But I think the guy to watch and the guy I think is going to win the whole thing is William Tackett. Really pay attention to him, man. I think he's going to have a big weekend. But what do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to win 77? Like I said, you got Garrett Lavaggi, you got Dustin Akbari, you got Nathan Orchard, John Combs, Enrico Coco, Jason Rao, Richie Martinez. Let me know what you guys think. Who do y'all think is going to win? Boogie's a good bet too. He's got those crazy go-go platas and omoplatas. Man, I had such a good time at 10th Planet the other day. If you guys haven't seen the 10th Planet vlog, definitely check it out. Who wants it the most? I agree. Who's the dark horse? Man, maybe the dark horse would have to be that Garrett Lavaggi from Lavaggi. I believe that's how you say his name. He's a real dark horse. He's a great wrestler. He's from New Jersey. He's an East Coast guy, and I think a lot of the dark horses are going to be those wrestlers who maybe you don't think they have like the most flashy jiu-jitsu or anything like that, but they're good wrestlers. They have good position and they stay in good position. And Garrett Lavaggi is definitely a guy like that. He's a great wrestler, so he could definitely surprise a lot of people. Of course, wrestling I think is really rewarded really well at these ADCC trials and ADCC in general. So definitely keep an eye out on Garrett and some of those other wrestlers. If Boogie's on fire, he can take it. I agree, man. I totally agree. All right, let's go to 88. 88 kilos. That's the weight class that Gordon Ryan won at ADCC Worlds in 2017. So that is always a notoriously competitive weight class. 88 this year has 50 guys in it, which is that's a lot of matches too. So 50 guys in 88 kilos. But you have to think right off the bat, looking at this bracket. Again, I'm looking at adcombat.com if you guys want to follow along on these brackets. But looking at these brackets right off the bat, I think you have to think the favorite is Josh Hinger, the 3-time world champion, who's going in there to win his invite to ADCC Worlds, and he's a name that jumps out at me right away. Of course, everybody knows about the Hinger teen. And he's a great wrestler. We're finishing up. I went and trained with Josh earlier in this week, and he's ready, as you would expect. He's a great wrestler and has a great guillotine. Two things that I think that will go really far for you in ADCC. So I like Josh Hinger. I like Josh Hinger a lot, But there's some other guys in here that I think can upset some people as well. Of course, James Brasco is in here. James Brasco has won this trials, I want to say 3 times before. What is the top bracket in your opinion? Is that Michelle Glass? I think 77 is the toughest bracket. That has 115, 112 competitors. The rest of them have about 50. So definitely 77 is the toughest. Yeah, I love Josh. I love watching him compete and watching him coach and everybody like that. But let's look at who else is on here. Got a couple 10th Planet guys. Of course, Micah Brakefield. He had some good performances at Submission Underground. I remember him from there. So he's always a great guy to watch. John Blank, of course, the Combat Jiu-Jitsu champion from 10th Planet. John Blank, I believe he fights out of 10th Planet Bethlehem on the East Coast in Pennsylvania. They have a lot of killers over there. I believe J.M. Holland runs that. And Grace Gundrum also trains there. So they have a really, really great gym. I believe that's where he trains. You can correct me if I'm wrong about that, guys. But John is a super, super tough guy. I think he can upset a lot of people. We're talking about dark horses. He might be the dark horse for this 88 division. You know, I know he's got great leg locks and things like that coming from 10th Planet. So he could submit some guys. He could definitely submit a lot of guys. Yeah, Thor, right? That's what his nickname is, Thor, like Gabriel says here. So definitely keep an eye on John. He's on the same side of the bracket as Josh Hinger, so you could see John Blank versus Josh Hinger in a semifinal or a quarterfinal, something like that. Also on here, we got Adam Bradley. He's another Atos guy. Adam's a purple belt. I know Adam really, really well. I've trained with him and competed with him a couple times, and I know that dude's a beast. That dude's really good, and he trains with Atos. He trains with Josh and Andre every day, so he'll be very, very well prepared. I know he's a beast, so definitely look out for Adam. He's on the same side as Josh and John Blank, so he could run into some of those guys and make some interesting matches. And then on the other side of the bracket, I mentioned James Brasco. He's on the left side of the bracket. But the name that is on the left side of the bracket that I am most excited for is Roberto Jimenez. Roberto Jimenez in this 88 kilo division. He went to the East Coast trials. I know it was a big priority for him to win this invite. He went to the East Coast trials. He didn't get it done there. He lost to Alec Balding, the eventual champion, in the semifinals. Very, very close match. Alec, a great wrestler, a great jiu-jitsu competitor for a long time. I believe he lives in Sweden now. He's out there teaching in Sweden. So no shame in losing to him, but Roberto coming back for round 2, and I think he's going to be more ready than ever. I know he's been training with, he's been training all over the place, actually. He's been training in Hawaii, he's been training on the East Coast with the Danaher Death Squad and things like that. But I think the final is going to be Roberto Jimenez versus Josh Hinger, which honestly, just saying that out loud, that like it makes the hair on my arms stand up a little bit. Roberto versus Josh Hinger is like a match that just blows my mind. I can't, that would be such a sick match. I hope we see that one. But that's my prediction for a final. And I'm gonna pick Josh. I'm gonna pick Josh to win it. But who knows, man? Roberto. One thing I know about Roberto is he's the real deal, and he can beat anyone, anytime. But 88's a fun division. Like I said, John Blank in there, Josh Hinger, Adam Bradley, Matthew Tesla from the Danaher Death Squad. He's a member that doesn't get talked about too much, but he's a super great. He has a really, really nice jiu-jitsu, just like Gordon and all those guys. So he could definitely be in the mix there as well. And James Brasco. James Brasco has won this thing a few times before, so he's got the experience edge over just about everybody. So you could see him in the finals absolutely as well. So 88, a great division. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. I'm saying Roberto versus Josh, but let me know who you guys think is going to win in the comments. I like to hear what y'all think too. But in the meantime, let's try to run through some more of these. We're getting a little late. Keenan could win that bracket. Keenan could, but he's not signed up. He's going to get an invite because he made it there. Where's Jeremiah Vance? That's true. Wait, did I not say Jeremiah Vance? Where's Jeremiah? I believe Jeremiah is in 77. Jeremiah is in 77. I skipped over Jeremiah Vance, but but my bad, because Jeremiah Vance is a killer. Cobrinha going to win the division again. Man, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Cobrinha comes out again for ADCC. Of course, that's 66 is his division for sure. But we'll see if he's not retired officially yet. Let's go to 99. Under 99. We'll get to over 99 in just a second. Gio is not in. Gio's going to get an invite most likely because he's done so well these past couple times. 99, honestly, man, 99 is wide open. 99 has 33 competitors. And I'll just go, Paul Ardila, he won these trials in 2016, 2017. Congrats, Varen. Shout out. Got your white belt. Hell yeah, man, that's the first step. So I was talking about Paul Ardila. He had a great showing last time, and he won these trials a long time ago, or 2 years ago. So he could, and he gets the 1 seed this time around. So he could definitely win this again. Diego Vasquez, I believe, is a guy from Carlson Gracie. We saw him at Subversive. I think I was very impressed with Diego in Subversive. He beat Kyle Bohm, and Kyle Bohm is in. Where's Kyle? I thought I saw Kyle's name in here. Maybe not. Maybe he's in 99, over 99. Anyway, Calvin Casey. He's another guy who looked really good. I've seen him compete a few times. Colin Hart is another guy. I think he comes to a lot of these. He comes to a lot of these tournaments. Colin Hart, and he was on the Ultimate Fighter. I remember him from the Ultimate Fighter years ago, a UFC Ultimate Fighter. He had a good showing there. So he's been consistently trying to win these trials, and it could be this one. But my pick for under 99 is Mason Fowler. He's a brown belt, trains at Dethrone Fight Camp, I believe is what it's called, in Fresno, California. But I see him all the time training in San Jose with Kyle Terra and his squad, and with the AKA team like Khabib and DC and things like that. So Mason is a guy who's been really turning up his competitive career lately. He won Gi Worlds in this past year, 2018. He won the Purple Belt Gi Worlds ultra heavyweight, and then lost only to Roberto Jimenez in the absolute final. So he got gold and silver, and I believe that year or the year before he won double gold at Purple Belt at Nogi Worlds. So Mason Fowler coming on strong. He had a great showing at Europeans. I don't believe he medaled, or maybe he got a bronze medal. But he beat that Igor Tanabe from Japan, who represents 99. Igor Tanabe, also a Purple Belt world champion. So that was a great match. Nick Schrock is in here, the Hibero black belt. Nick Schrock is a great black belt, but I'm going to pick Mason Fowler. Definitely keep an eye on Mason Fowler, under 99. 33 people in this division, so one of the smaller divisions for sure. But that's my pick. It's going to be Nick Schrock versus Mason Fowler. I think Mason Fowler will take it, get the invite. That should be a really fun addition, though, to the ADCC Worlds in September. All right, just a few more here. Mason is a beast. I totally agree, BJJ Emotions. Let's look at over 99 just real quick. Casey Hellenberg won this tournament 2 years ago. So definitely like Casey to repeat, have some good success here. Jesse Ray Chilidare, he made it to the finals, lost via knee bar to Casey in the finals 2 years ago. He ended up getting an invite, though. Last minute, somebody dropped out. I forget exactly who dropped out, and then Jesse was able to get an invite kind of last minute and slot in there. Elliot Marshall, awesome to see, UFC veteran and Easton black belt from Colorado. Elliot Marshall in there. Love to see him in there. Would love to see him do well as well. Jimmy Friedrich is in there. I trained with Jimmy actually at 10th Planet just a couple days ago, and he was kind of on the fence of whether or not he was going to sign up, but it looks like he did sign up. He won the East Coast trials 2 years ago, so he could definitely win these trials here. And Nick Rodriguez, he's the guy who I think was a real breakout star on the East Coast trials. He put together a real impressive run, I believe, lost in the semifinals to Hudson Taylor from Marcelo Garcia Academy. Very respectable. Hudson's a brown belt, well known in the East Coast circuit. And Nick Rodriguez he just got his blue belt. He got his blue belt on the podium at the East Coast Trials. So now he's a blue belt. He was a white belt then. Of course, now he's a blue belt. So we'll see. Nick Rodriguez, he's a beast, killer wrestler, and he looks pretty good getting off the bus too. He's jacked, big guy. Looks very, very athletic. So it looks like a perfect body type for this over 99 division. So I definitely like to see Nick Rodriguez and maybe Casey Hellenberg in the finals. Elliot Marshall, like I said, I would love to see Elliot Marshall in the finals there as well. But this over 99 is pretty competitive. So I think there's 4 or 5 guys in here that could probably win it. So I'll definitely be paying attention to that. Now I mentioned also in here, but let me know who you guys think is going to win over 99. If you think that's a good pick or not. Jimmy's in there too. He could win. So that's pretty crazy. But let's just go over these female brackets a little bit too, because it's cool. I like how ADCC breaks it up. They just do 60 kilograms, which is about 140 pounds, I think, 135 pounds maybe. So it's just over 135 pounds and then under 135 pounds. So it makes the divisions extremely competitive, in my opinion. This under 60 kilograms division, very competitive. You got girls like Jenna Bishop, Erin Hurley is in there. Rita Gribben, who just main evented Fight to Win 100. So she's all over the world these days. She had the main event down in Hawaii, back here in LA this weekend. So I like Rita. I like Erin. I like Jenna Bishop. And then on the other side, Heather Rafferty, the other, she's a Atos representative. Nikki Sullivan, another Atos representative. And Danielle Kelly, I know her from the Danaher Death Squad, the Team Henzo Gracie. But if I had to put some money on it, I think I'd put my money on a Nikki Sullivan, Rita Gribben final, maybe. Atos versus Gracie Humaita. I think Rita just got her black belt, but I think she's proven she's one of the best. And Nikki Sullivan, she just got her black belt as well, and she's, I think, proven that she's among the elite. And I don't know, we haven't seen too much of these girls in no-gi, or at least I haven't. I know Nikki's done some no-gi fights. So that's a toss-up, though. Like I said, all those girls that I mentioned, Jenna Bishop as well, Erin, Heather, Nikki. There's a lot of girls in there that I think could do well. And then over 60 kilos, this is a super interesting bracket, actually. I'm really looking forward to this one. Only 22 girls in this, but there is a lot of talent. Elizabeth Clay won this tournament 2 years ago. So, and then she got hurt, wasn't able to go to Finland, wasn't able to represent North America at ADCC Worlds. So I'm sure she's super disappointed about that and looking to repeat her success, looking to get that invite again and this time actually represent North America. But Elizabeth, she's going to have a tough road. Kenda Rusing, who's Gracie Baja, I believe she's a brown belt now, and she's competing all over the place. We follow her quite a bit, and she wins a lot of the absolute divisions at IBJJF competitions, brown belt. I think Kendall, she was a former wrestler, so she's got a lot of wrestling pedigree under her belt as well. And of course, like I said earlier, ADCC really does reward wrestling. So I think Kendall should have a good shot. An OG black belt, Tammy Grigo, is in there. Amanda Levy in there, both kind of some OG black belts. Maggie Granati, who of course is from Cyborg's gym out there in Miami, Fight Sports. Maggie, she's a purple belt, I believe, but she's looked great recently. She's been winning a lot of IBJJF Opens, and she looks like she's been really dedicating herself to getting this invite. So I think Maggie will definitely be in the mix there. Nicole Evangelista from Kyle Terra's academy. She always looks great. She's, I think, going to be a black belt world champion. She's very young. She's only a purple belt now, but I think you can expect big things from Nicole Evangelista in the future. I definitely think she has a black belt world champion written all over her. And then Raquel Canuto, no-gi world champion, the spouse, of course, to Kasai, lightweight and welterweight champion Hanato Kanuto. Those guys just opened a gym in Las Vegas. Congratulations to those guys. And sounds like they've been training hard. So if I'm going to pick a winner for over 66, I'm going to pick Raquel. I think Raquel is one of the most experienced girls in this division. I think she's one of the has some of the best jiu-jitsu. You know, her jiu-jitsu is real aggressive and mean. I think that her style, she's an MMA fighter, so she has some good wrestling, and I think that that her wrestling and her jiu-jitsu will carry her to the finals, and maybe she'll fight Elizabeth Clay on the other side, and black belt versus a purple belt. I think you got to side with the black belt in Raquel. So I like Raquel to win that one. But let me know what you guys did. Yes, she did. She just won Kasai. I know that Chelsea Lyons is very, very tough. She trains in Dallas and Texas, and I'm from Texas. So I know that Chelsea is very, very tough, and Raquel dominated. So good on her. And we'll see how this thing plays out in Burbank, California tomorrow. It's gonna be live on FloGrappling, guys. It's gonna be a wild tournament. It's gonna be an all-day tournament. Like I said, I believe over 350 competitors in total signed up. So it's gonna be a long day. It starts at 10 a.m. It's 3 mats. So you're gonna be able to really follow all the action, pretty much all the mats. So it's 3 mats. And then, I'm sure Maggie's ready. I'm sure she is. It looked like she's been training hard. It's a tough division. That's a cool division. But like I said, 3 mats, you're going to be able to follow it along the whole time. It starts at 10 a.m. I have a feeling it's going to go pretty late. Finals probably will pop off around 5 or 6 p.m. So definitely make sure to tune in for the finals. Those are going to be crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Really appreciate y'all commenting and following along. I got one more vlog. I got a vlog coming out very, very soon. So don't go too far. I went to Atos just a couple days ago and got to train, talk to the Rotolos, talk to Josh Hinger, and a bunch of other guys. So definitely check out the vlog. It's going to be coming out very, very soon. When am I doing a Mexico vlog? I already did one. It was a while ago, but I want to get back there. I want to get back to Mexico. I loved Mexico. I had such a fun time. So appreciate you asking. All right, guys, that's about it for me. I'm going to sign off. Thanks so much to everybody for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow. ADCC West Coast Trials kicks off 10 a.m. You can watch it live on FloGrappling. It's going to be a sick competition.